This is more than just international headlines. This is Manchester United at the center of Benjamin Sesko selection debate heating up under Michael Carrick. The Red Devils are shaping the conversation. Welcome to United Top News, your home for passionate, honest, no-nonsense Manchester United coverage. If you love United, if you live for the drama, the tactics, the transfer talk, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel and share it with every United fan you know. Manchester United favorite must be dropped to include Benjamin Sesko in strongest 11. Manchester United are not in action this weekend, but Michael Carrick has a simple selection decision to make in the Reds' next game. Michael Carrick had not put a foot wrong as Manchester United head coach until he faced West Ham on Tuesday. Carrick showed he was human by getting his team selection wrong. Despite scoring an injury time winner against Fulham, Benjamin Sesko missed out on starting against Tottenham. But that was logical with a view to starting Sesko against West Ham. It seemed Carrick would put his arm around Sesko before the Spurs. Game and explained that he would be his man a few days later against West Ham. It seemed Carrick would put his arm around Sesko before the Spurs game and explained that he would be his man a few days later against West Ham. United were set to play 2 games in 4 days, and Sesko deserved a reward for a string of strong performances. Starting him at the London Stadium made sense. However, Carrick picked an unchanged team for a 3rd game in a row, sticking by the strikerless attack of Ahmad, Bryan Mbeumo and Matthias Cunha. The 44-year-old thought, why change something if it's not broken? But every game is different and West Ham's shape was difficult to penetrate. Ahmad, Mbeumo and Cunha were hardly involved in the first half. Ahmad was the worst performer of the trio and he was the obvious candidate to hook at the interval to introduce Sesko to the game. Carrick wanted to give his starting 11 more time and waited until the 69th minute to introduce Sesko though. The Slovenian international sat on the bench without a coat, the only substitute to do so. From the beginning of the second half, the Slovenian international sat on the bench without a coat, the only substitute to do so from the beginning of the second half, but had to wait 24 minutes to get onto the pitch. It was a surprise that it took so long for Sesko to be introduced. Casemiro played a lofted pass to Bruno Fernandes before the hour mark. The kind of ball only a striker can bring down, and perhaps that was the final straw. Sesko's spectacular of the pre-game opinion that he should have started. The goal gets better every time you watch. The technique for the volley was exquisite. Carrick heaped praise on Sesko, saying it's an unbelievable finish from the angle to generate that, to get it on target, to finish it. It's some goal from him. He's capable of that, Ben. He's done it over time. It's not that he's just suddenly burst on the scene. He's been doing it. He's proven that he can score goals as well. He's been doing it in training for us as well. It's not surprising, to be honest. I think that's what he does. It's what he's good at. But certainly to actually do it and to feel it. He did it with the last one against Tottenham. Tonight, a little bit different with the emotion of the game, but certainly important and a big moment for him and us. One of the arguments for Sesko to start against West Ham was that he deserved a reward for his goals, as it would have been demoralizing if he'd continued to score from the bench, only to be overlooked again. Sesko cannot be overlooked when United play Eveton at the Hill Dickinson Stadium on February 23rd. He has genuine momentum. 5 goals in 6 games, and he will be annoyed if there is no game. 5 goals in 6 games and will be annoyed for there is no game to play this weekend. United have a 13-day break between games after crashing out of the FA Cup at the first hurdle against Brighton. That break does not do SESKO, who will be chomping at the bit to start, any favors, but he's been in such strong form that it might not make a difference. Which forward moves to the bench to make way for SESKO will be the debate in the build-up to Eveton, although it should be a choice between Kana and Ahmad, given Mbeumo is the leading goal scorer. Ahmad stayed on the pitch at the London Stadium, while Kana was replaced by SESKO, but Ahmad's overhead pass to the back post as United chased an equalizer summed up his performance. You have to nitpick to make a case to move either Kana or Ahmad to the bench. Having said that, the latter hasn't been at his best, failing to record a goal involvement since he returned from AFCON. In the same games, Kana recorded an assist against Manchester City and scored against Arsenal and Fulham. The Brazilian's goal at the Emirates sealed a special victory. The numbers and eye test suggest Ahmad should lose his place in the team to SESKO, who has made himself impossible to ignore. Jim Ratcliffe could face FA action over controversial immigration rant. Manchester United co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe caused controversy on Wednesday when he said the UK had been colonized by immigrants and could now face action from the FA. Sir Jim Ratcliffe could be punished by the Football Association even after the Manchester United co-owners have begged apology. FA Chief Executive Mark Bullingham confirmed the Legal and Regulation Department are looking at Ratcliffe's controversial colonial comments. Ratcliffe has now offered a partial apology for his remarks, which have caused a huge backlash and could land the billionaire businessman in major trouble with the FA. The FA are examining the comments before deciding whether to launch a full-scale investigation after Ratcliffe claimed immigrants have led to the UK being colonized. Bullingham said, "I can't comment too much on that. Obviously, it's a matter that our legal and regulation team are working to. If it goes into a process, then I can't pass comment." Ratcliffe has been condemned by fan groups, anti-racism groups, and also politicians, including Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer and Mayor of Greater Manchester and Barnum. The outrage finally caused Ratcliffe to rail back, but the damage has already been done. Ratcliffe said in a statement, "I am sorry that my choice of language has offended some people in the UK and Europe and caused concern, but it is important to raise the issue of controlled and well-managed immigration that supports economic growth. My comments were made while answering questions about UK policy at the European Industry Summit in Antwerp, where I was discussing the importance of economic growth, jobs, skills and manufacturing in the UK. My intention was to stress that governments must manage migration alongside investment in skills, industry and jobs so that long-term prosperity is shared by everyone. It is critical that we maintain an open debate on the challenges facing the UK." Bernard said the comments were inaccurate, insulting, inflammatory. Comments that were against everything for which Manchester has traditionally stood against. And it is the inflammatory element that the FA are likely to look at most closely to see whether that could prompt a full investigation and further action. Starmer said the comments were disgraceful and deeply divisive, while he also said Ratcliffe should apologize immediately. The Manchester United Muslim Supporters Club, MUMAC, said Ratcliffe has used language frequently used in far-right narratives. A statement said, "Manchester United is a global club built on diversity, on players, staff and supporters from every background, faith and ethnicity. The strength of our club and of our country lies in that diversity. We stand with all communities who reject racism, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, and hatred in all its forms, and we call for leadership that unites rather than divides." Meanwhile, Marcus Rashford's Manchester United return gets seal of approval as he's given assurances. Manchester United loanee Marcus Rashford has been given the green light to return to his parent club after a route back opened up. Former Manchester United coach Ruben Amorim believes Marcus Rashford can resurrect. Former Manchester United coach Ruben Amorim believes Marcus Rashford can resurrect his Old Trafford career this summer. And it's all thanks to interim manager Michael Carrick changing the environment back at the Theatre of Dreams. The climate is a lot less tense at United compared to when Rashford left the club to join Barcelona on loan last summer. At the time, Ruben Amorim was still in charge and had made it clear he was not prioritizing the England international. But Amorim believes Carrick, who played alongside Rashford at Old Trafford, could transform the entire conversation. And the forward isn't the only ex-United star who could make a comeback after showing signs of progress elsewhere. It could be a route back for Marcus Rashford at Man United, definitely, he told Bedcourt. I think Marcus is still as worried as anyone because he came through the ranks as a young kid, and that will never go away. That will never leave him. It's the same with Scott McTominay. Both players have done extremely well wherever they've gone. But I think it was good for Marcus to have that spell away. First of all at Aston Villa, but now at Barcelona. It's a different culture, a different language, and a different style. Every week is different. The Premier League is different. It's so much more demanding than any league in the world, and I think he's enjoying his football, and that's the most important thing. He needs to enjoy his football. Rashford, 20 years old, has scored 10 goals and recorded 13 assists in 34 appearances for Barca this season. He is on course to help Barca defend the title in La Liga, while the club is also still in the running for the Champions League and Copa del Rey. One can understand why Rashford may be eager to turn the move into a permanent one, with Barca retaining a purchase option for €26 million. However, the Catalans have reportedly requested that figure be lowered, something that is unlikely to have gone down well at United. Rashford was all but exiled under Amorim, who sent the forward on loan to Villa in the second half of last season. With the Portuguese in charge, it seemed as though Rashford had no future at his boyhood club, but Carrick has a different stance on the matter. They still do well in the Champions League, but yeah, things have changed, added Amorim, who worked under Sir Alex Ferguson in two separate stints as a United coach. Things have changed at the club. There was something not right that didn't sit well with Marcus at that particular time at Manchester United, because you have to really ask yourself what it is that made him to lose that desire to play for the club he used to love and grew up with. But things can change, and things can change for the better. But obviously, conversations should be held to see where they lead. For the time being, Rashford is on the sidelines after suffering a knee injury that looks likely to keep him out of action. The goal now will be focused on recovery so that he can get back to making the maximum impact in his bid to earn a permanent transfer this summer.